Hello, Goldlewis gamers. If you're here today, you want to learn about the Goldlewis Johnny matchup. This is probably one of Goldlewis's worst matchup this patch. It's hard to learn, but it's worth learning due to Johnny being a really popular character. Pre-patch, this matchup was slight winning or even because Johnny had tools to actually deal with Goldlewis, even without assault. But with the 1.38 patch, Johnny got buffed significantly. His dash becoming 15 frames, 5H getting buffed. Misfinder getting a range buff, Misfinder getting counter hit conversions. The matchup changed with these buffs. I will break down how to, play the matchup easier by discussing round starts, how to defend against him, and some offense tips. The Goldlewis Johnny matchup is hated by most of the Goldlewis players. It is seen as our worst matchup. There's some funny things that people have said against it, including Johnny's about it. I will try to help. If it doesn't help, I'm sorry. I don't blame you if you don't like the matchup still. I personally don't. But please watch till the end if you want to learn. Goldlewis is one of those characters that can interact with Johnny on round start well. Your main round starts are 2P, dash forward 2P, dash block, dash forward 6P, jump forward JD, and white wall assault. There are some other niche round starts you can do. I might explain. Using Goldlewis 2P round start into Johnny is good because it catches a lot of their auto-palette round start options like Far Slash or 5K. If it whiffs, you're not really getting punished. And it now forces them to start thinking about the options more, where you can RPS with other options I will show you. Dashing 2P is an option I will recommend once the Johnny starts representing 5H to stuff normal 2P. This is a high risk, medium reward button because it loses to 2S. I would JD on round start because if the Johnny starts doing 2S to call your 2P, or, dashing 2P to beat 5H, you get counter hit. So JD completely goes over 2S, now you get a full punish, so JD 624, or JD 2K2D, whatever. This also can beat 5K, it is a bit tough to punish, but it's not a terrible option. The main reason I would white wall assault on round start is because it beats all of Johnny's main buttons. He has to hard call out with a throw, a jump over, or something else, and it adds to a mental stack on the round start. So to start off the neutral part of the video, I want to talk about Johnny Far Slash and Goldlewis. Compared to other characters, we do not struggle as much as someone else would because of JD. We want to start doing preemptive JD over Far Slash because if the Johnny is a Far Slash fiend, we can JD over it and get a punish like JD 624, and now you're neutral, hard knockdown, right? So now the Johnny has to start thinking about the options more. If they think you're going to JD, they have to either 6PU, which they have to do mad early, or they can Rising JKU, which is more consistent. So, to beat these options, to beat 6P, we can just dash 2K, which is not a terrible option. Dash 2S at certain spacings will get 6P'd, it's a weird button. To beat Rising JK, we 6P or 6A4. 6A4 can be clipped, it depends on spacing, but it is nothing terrible. Once the Johnny starts, doing these options to you, you can start bringing back JD once you start punishing those RPS options. If Goldlewis blocks a KMF in neutral, he can dash 624 to beat a Johnny overextending with 5k or far slash. At some ranges, you do not need to dash. If the Johnny backdashes after the KMF gets blocked, you run and take space and RPS with that. Another option Goldlewis has is to do preemptive insert dash JD to beat a KMF. The KMF sometimes can clip you, so be aware. Using drone in neutral can be good if the Johnny KMFs into your drone. Dash block into your drone and treat it like you're fighting a Sin who beat drivers into your drone. Either let the drone hit them, let the drone hit their block so you get some pressure. You can also be quick with a 624/684 punish. Johnny can also throw a card into the drone, dash jump, and misfinder to hit your block and steal their turn. Right Water Assault is also commonly good because frame 9 invincible to catch KMF. What do we do if Johnny is jumping over your drone? Johnny has great rising buttons like JK and JS to catch Goldlewis jumping after him. These buttons can lead to full conversions, so beware of the risks behind rising air JS. Goldlewis can 684 Johnny while on the ground and hit his JK or hit his JS. The second hardest thing about this matchup is defense. Goldlewis being a big body, having poor defense options, having a poor air dash, like the flex shield being bad, and Johnny having something called guard crush loops. Johnny, if he throws a card, K misfinders throws another card, and then K misfinders and loops it, Goldlewis can't really do anything, unlike any other character. Most other characters can insert dash out, they can RPS. Goldlewis's options consist of you FDing Johnny out, so you're blowing a bunch of meter, and then Johnny's also getting a bunch of meter on the side, so he can just force a 50-50 revolt. If you have no meter, you will force to 6p. If you are 6ping Johnny with no meter, you're getting a ton of risk. Chip is a thing. The option you do have is to dash block forward 6p. This will make the KMF whiff, but the card pop still hit you. You also can do a really late 6p, so they both whiff, but you get whiff punished by a far slash. Or, if you have burst, you can just white water assault out and get out of jail free card. The last segment I want to talk about is Johnny's non-guard crush loop offense. I really don't have much for this, is because if Johnny has 50 meter and they land a close slasher 5k, you're guessing 50-50 between TK misfinder or just delay TD or delay S misfinder on the ground. If they do not have meter, their offense is a lot less scary. But the issue with this is, once they do offense, they can either finish your string and misfinder or misfinder cancel. So now you're RPSing between, are they going to misfinder cancel or are they going to misfinder? So this can lead into a wacky RPS with Goldlewis because your main punish on misfinder is 684/624. So if the misfinder cancel, sometimes you won't clip them, or if they might overextend and go for a card. So just be on the lookout. This is the end of the Johnny Goldlewis guide. I don't know if this is really good or not, but I made it for practice, video editing and everything. It was fun to make. It made me lab, unfortunately. I don't know if y'all like it. If you do, you can, tell me. But thank you for, watching it. I hope I helped a tiny bit, if at all. Good luck against the 7-3.